Hey guys, guess what? I really wanted to get that studio apartment tour video up before I tell you that I'm moving. I'm moving. So I'm gonna be moving, and this is literally the day after I posted the studio apartment tour video. I'm really overwhelmed because there's really just a lot going on. My last day here is in 11 days. The plan is I'm supposed to stay here until the end of the week, which is Sunday, and then my husband is gonna come and take my furniture and boxes up to his place so that I can move in with him. Within that same video, the studio apartment tour video, I was sitting there for over an hour actually explaining our living situation, and then I realized maybe they don't care. So I decided to cut all of that footage out, but yeah, let's get packing. Before we move on, I just want to say that I'm like pretty sad that I finally got my apartment to look like not exactly where I wanted it to be, not exactly how I wanted it to look and feel, but as close as possible as I could. One of the biggest things that I was sad about that I wasn't able to show you is my collection of books, my tarot cards, and all of my spiritual practices things. But there's just not enough space here. And I'm pretty glad that I didn't bring the books over here, because that would mean that it would be one more thing to pack, and it's only 600 square feet here, and I feel like I have a lot to do. There have been several things that have pointed in the direction of me letting go of my job, which is not official just yet, but also to just make changes that I've been thinking about and wanting for a while, and I haven't made those changes because I didn't feel prepared and I didn't feel like I had enough spiritual guidance to make those choices. But now I kind of feel like I said, there are several things that are kind of pushing me to get out of here and yeah, just overall make changes in my life. You can come with me to see what those changes may be or are. One of those, if you're watching now, you're experiencing with me, which is this moving, and in a few weeks completing my employment with my current company. So we shall see how that goes. Let's get packing. I got some boxes from work. Obviously, that's not gonna be enough. I have a lot of clothes. As you saw in my video, I have a lot of shoes, which I need to get rid of a lot of stuff here. I also have more clothes over there. There's no ambiance today because things are serious and I have to start moving and moving fast. Like the girl who sings Bulletproof in Bulletproof. Been there, done that, messed around. I'm having fun, don't put me down. So I've packed some stuff and I labeled the bags. I'm gonna be reusing the trash bags, especially because these smell good. So I packed my dresses, jumpsuits, my fancy tops that I had up on my rack, and I got most of my shoes. I left out my boots that I tend to wear on an every other day-to-day basis. I'm currently packing my jeans. I know I don't have enough boxes, so I'm gonna have to get some more and get things going. So as it turns out, instead of moving to a different city in order to be with my husband, he ended up moving back, which ended up working out even better than we expected it to, because I was able to keep my job and so was he. As a result, I temporarily moved back in with my family while I waited for his arrival, and he ended up finding us a very nice apartment with a lot more space than my studio, which I can't wait to show you. But for now, I wanted to show you that sometimes things don't work out at a certain point in time or in a certain way because they aren't meant to. I went into this knowing that anything could happen, and as a result, I wasn't too overwhelmed when I got the news that he was going to be moving back. Even though I'd moved out of this cozy studio and I enjoyed it, it ended up working out so much better in the end, because now we're together again in what seems like forever. Despite this long journey of long distance relationship and marriage, it wasn't easy, but we made it possible. And honestly, most of the effort really came from his encouragement and willingness to make it work. It kind of seems like I had to be willing to give up something in my life in order to be with him, so that the universe can return to me something that amounted to that sacrifice. And I've been thinking a lot about this balance in life, about how we simply cannot have absolutely everything we want, because something has to give in order to balance everything. It can't be all good, and it can't be all bad. With that being said, about 2 months later, it is now August 29th at the time I am recording this, and I, along with all of my coworkers, received a notice of layoff at my workplace on August 27th at 9 a.m. We were told that in 60 days from that date, our employment would be terminated, as our contract would be coming to an end with non-renewal at this time. I understood in this moment that the universe has granted me the opportunity to be closer to my partner, closer to home with my family in a town that I know too well, at the expense of my job. And I'm grateful for this balance. I'm grateful I was able to work with people that treated me like family, and for the experience of working at a different kind of job than I would normally be willing to do. But 2 years later, this journey is nearly at an end, but the page is merely turning over. A new chapter waits for us to read it, allowing the tips of our fingers to eagerly lift up each corner, press the pages down as we become absorbed in the words which write out our lives. And although we must mark our place at some point, we can pause and reflect, and when we're ready, continue.